Well, this would be in the way that I did it. This should be my ninth and final writer's log so far. Um, this is very out of order. I believe in the last writer's log, which was the eighth one I did, but in reality it was the sixth one. I believe I said it was supposed to be the third one. I was wrong. That was the sixth. This one is the third one. Again, I skipped over it and didn't see it, and now I have to go back and do it after I've already completed the rest of the writer's log. So if you see those, then you understand why I obviously look different and I was obviously before now. Um, I'm talking about the reading. I think it was framework of success was the title. That's the framework for success in post secondary writing. Yes, sir, writing. Um, I am curious to see why you decided to use this in like the future. I mean, we already talked about it, but that mental standpoint from then, um, you'll see why I said curious. Well, you understand why I said curious. Like that habits of mind. Let's talk about the habits of mind: curiosity, openness, engagement, creativity, persistence, responsibility, flexibility, metacognition. I'm actually very glad that we talked about these things because it's good to expose us to what we should be doing in class. And it was, I feel it wasn't like a directly saying like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. It was like, oh, these are these things that might help you in class. It might help you in your entire life if you try to be more open. You gotta be more curious, engage, get to responsibility. You gotta go back and really understand your thinking. You have to be persistent. You gotta be flexible, open. I'm telling you. This in the podcast, A1 podcast. Um, we also took a quiz, I would say, because it wasn't really graded, but it was a quiz on this where we demonstrated like what we understood and what we got from this. And I figured out what my strengths and weaknesses are. I'm well, I'm more like I'm curious. I'm very open, very flexible. Um, I'm not very persistent. Can't really sustain a lot of interest in things, and it's just really hard for me to keep paying attention to one thing, especially if in my mind it's, I wouldn't say not important to me, but not very interesting to me. So my brain kind of like tries to like shut it down, and it's something I have to work on, but I wouldn't be able to work on that if I didn't know about it. And because we have read through the habits of mind and we heard the podcast where it was talked about in the framework of success, that I'm able to take responsibility of my weakness and get stronger. And I do believe that this really does help with college readiness because once you go through and you read everything and you see, like, am I really ready for college? Like, am I this? Like, am I like curious? Do I desire to know more about the world? Am I open? Willing to consider things? Do I engage? Am I learning? Am I creative? And being able to really go through and try to understand what's happening and really just I feel what's needed for like beginner college students. And that is my understanding of this text. Um, there wasn't much else in it aside from really like the main focus, which was the habits of mind. Um, so I believe this is where I will conclude this log. I really have to work on saying have a nice day or good night, good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you read this, or not read this, whenever you watch this, listen. Just thank you for listening. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.